Om. Sit alert and be aware of the surroundings. How do the surroundings become evident? They are certainly evident, but how? The inner light of awareness, Ātmajyotihi, it flows out through the windows of mind, eyesight, ears, touch, etc., illuminating the surroundings. That is how the surroundings become evident. Then I am aware of the body. How does the body become evident? It certainly becomes evident, but how? Through a constant stream of sensations of touch. The body becomes evident. Once again, the inner light flows through the sense of touch, making the body evident. Similarly, the eyes are able to see forms and colors because the inner light is reflecting in the eyes. The ears are able to hear sounds. Once again, because the inner light, Ātmajyotihi, is reflecting in the ears. The mind is able to cognize, think and cognize. Again, because the inner light is reflecting in the thought process. This is how that inner light, Ātmajyotiḥ, is the essence of not only the entire world experience, but also the essence of the body-mind, and also various organs. I am the inner light, Ātmajyoti. In this vision, I externalize the body and also the mind. The mind and the body are as much external as the world. And I am the light that illuminates the mind, the body, and the world. I abide as the light, inner light. I'm aware of the actions in the body, and also of the thoughts in the mind. And I abide as myself, the inner light of awareness. That light myself. Soham. 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 Sit at ease. And open the eyes slowly. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Nāmi Bhagavatpada Shankaram svabodhe nānyabodhecchā bodharūpatayātmanaḥ. Yeah. You see, when you sit in the intellect, sit means identify, then you remain dissatisfied because there is a lot more to be known. As the intellect, you can never be satisfied or fulfilled because intellect is ever falling short of some standard. You know this much, there is a lot more to know. But as you shift away from the externalize the intellect is the external, and abide as the pure light of that awareness. That means yourself really. You do not feel any sense of dissatisfaction. Very simple. Because you are the Bodha, the Jnapti, the knowingness which is spaceless and timeless. And hence, there is no scope for any size or smallness or bigness, etc. And hence, no scope for any dissatisfaction or unhappiness. As awareness, you are never unhappy. You are full. That is the meaning of bodharūpatayātmanaḥ. So, that reality of yourself, bodha rupa, is not the result of an effort. You don't get there by effort. It is not the end of a road. Generally, we look at things as the end of a road. Like money, you work, and at the end of the work means you move through a path. And at the end of the road, you will have money waiting for you, like that. All pleasures are also like that. So we are accustomed to this thinking, namely, put in effort, which is in time, and at the end of that effort, the result is waiting for you. You see, in the pharmaceutical research, they train mice like that. The mice mice is plural. The mouse is a wheel is placed before it, and if it rolls the wheel, it will get a reward. Or there is a puzzle, a series of steps and other things, and if the mice traverses all those things and reaches a small place, its reward will be waiting for it. You know, such research, a lot of such research is being done. And we are no different from that mice. We train ourselves that way. The society trains us like that. This is called family morality or social morality, particularly in this American society, which is the land of opportunity for many people. And I don't know how it works in Europe, because I have not seen much of Europe, and I did not live in Europe for any length of time. Whereas it is not so much in India. That's why I could see the contrast. Here, the society encourages you to work hard and hard and hard and hard. Why should you work hard? Because always the reward is waiting for you there. It is like the mice goes on rotating that wheel more and more and more, so that it will get more and more of the reward for itself. And therefore people work very hard and make a load of money. Then the society will take away all that money, because they make you live in a bigger home and take half of your earnings. And they make you run a bigger car and take 1/4 of your earnings. And whatever money you make by working harder and harder and harder, the business people, the corporations, they just take it away. You are left with zero. Really, they won't allow you to hoard and keep. They allow you to hoard only to lose it. So because they offer so many rewards before you, and you are attracted to one or the other, that is how we are encouraged. The loan mortgage people, the house mortgage people, they will have your entire biodata, and they know how much you are making, etc. And therefore they will come after you. You want to live in a bigger house. No, I don't want to live in a bigger house. No, you want to live in a bigger house. You got it wrong. You want to live in a bigger house. But then you need not pay. Down payment is zero. Only you have to sign on a dotted line and give permission to take away from your bank account on a monthly basis. You need not even pay attention to that. Just sign on a dotted line. Sometimes you need not go and sign with a pen. Electronically also you can sign. Just give the account number, and electronically you have signed. And you work hard, and they will put into the account, and electronically signed. They will be taking EMIs. So you will not even know that money is coming and going. And at the end of it, you find yourself high and dry. This is how the society encourages you to make a lot of money, and then they won't allow you to keep it. They take it away. This is how the capitalism works. It is not it is capitalism, that is the principle. Anyway, therefore, so we are hardwired to think of any reward as the end of the road consisting of a lot of effort. Whereas understanding of yourself, the truth of yourself, is not the result of an effort, and it is not the end of the road. It is here and now. So, if you long for the truth of yourself, who am I? When will you ask that question, who am I question? When there is a longing for the understanding of yourself, then you ask that question. In that longing, there is the truth. In that search for the truth, there is the truth. Jijñāsa. Brahma jijñāsāyāṃ vartate. Not in jnanam. Jnanam looks like an end of the road. Whereas jijñāsa is not end of the road. Jijñāsa is always now. The longing for truth is always now. But the moment you say the truth, it appears like the end of the road. Longing never appears as the end of the road. That's why jijñāsa. And the truth is Upanishad, It is nearer than the mind. What people do, they sit in the mind, which is a mechanism of cognition, and try to grasp the truth. It doesn't work. It works only when something is farther than the mind. Then you become one with the mind. Mind is like a grasping thing it is, like a pair of tongues. And so whatever, if you hold on to a pair of tongues, whatever is ahead of you, you can grasp it. And that is the mind, the knowing mechanism. It is, and it is like a pair of tongues, and you are endowed with it. And so you use it and grasp physics, use it to grasp grammar. When you grasp the physics, the society applauds you and says you are a successful person. And you get a social status, money you will get, and pleasures you will get. Same thing if you grasp grammar, a similar thing will happen. Therefore, now you are looking for something to grasp with the same attitude, to grasp the truth of the self, so that I'll be in infinite bliss. That is the reward waiting for you. Only you have to grasp the truth of the self. There it fails. It works everywhere else, but when it comes to the truth of the self, it fails. Because the truth of the self is nearer than the mind. It is not farther than the mind. It is nearer than the mind. And what is nearer than the mind? The sense of I am. First the sense of I am and then the thought process. Therefore, nearer than the mind is the sense of I am. And the truth is nearer than the sense of I am also. That's why I am is not the truth. I am is the window to the truth. Therefore, that is yourself. That is the truth of the self. People do not see the reality of themselves. They do not know the reality of themselves because they are looking too far away from themselves. They are looking for the truth too far away. That's why they don't get it. Generally, we give we tell a small anecdote which is repeated because it conveys the message well. That's why it is repeated. Till you get a better anecdote. So an old woman was searching for something in the light of the street light. In India, in the village, there is a road, main road, and there is a street light. And below the street light, it is light. And elsewhere, it is all dark. She is searching for something in that street light. Then somebody asked with a view to help her, because she is an old woman searching for something. And so can I help you? What is that you are searching for? So she said, I am searching for the needle. And needle is not easy to eat, you cannot see it readily. So, of course, we can understand that she is searching for the needle, and one can help also. Okay, I will help you. I am coming and I will help you. He also started searching for the needle. And then he casually asked, where did you lose it? She said, I lost in the house. Then why are you searching here? Because the house is in the darkness. Here is the light. The entire pilgrimage comes under this category. This is not an empty joke. The entire pilgrimage comes under this category. Some Dvaita people, for them God is separate, I am separate. For them pilgrimage has a meaning, because that is how Dvaita is. And therefore a Dvaita Acharya takes people for pilgrimage, we can understand. Because for them God is the other. He is in Vaikuntha. And his symbols are in Badari and Kedar and other places. Therefore you have to go there. At one time they are not open. They were not open. Do you know, in 1990, even in 2000, there was no pilgrimage to Kailas because China did not allow it. But somehow China mellowed down and some relations have improved. The Prime Minister went there and that President came here or whatever. And therefore they said, we don't mind if you want to come to Tibet, we will give visa. And then suddenly somebody got the bright idea. Who is that somebody? I was looking for it really. Because till then in our pilgrimage, Manasa Sarovar was never there. Mount Kailas was also not part of our pilgrimage. Our pilgrimage is Kashi. Kashi is the limit. There is a proverb in Telugu which means that you go to Kashi and now you can die. Something like that. Because the ultimate of pilgrimage you have finished. And that's why when they do Kashi Yatra and come back, they will have a special function and give food to people. Because that is the ultimate pilgrimage, Kashi. And Badari, etc. were not open. Because there were man-eating tigers, etc. there. And then they were open. And then nobody knew that there could be a pilgrimage to Manasa Sarovar. They call it Manasarovar. One sa they drop. They don't have time to pronounce two sa's energy. So instead of saying Manasa Sarovar, they drop one sa. Manasarovar. These are the travel agents. And the travel agents call it Manasarovar, everybody calls it Manasarovar. Our Swamis also call it Manasarovar. I tell them it is not Manasarovar, Appa. It is Manasa Sarovar. Anyway, so because Mana is different, Manasa is different. Mount Kailas. Now they are all going to, they go to Kashi, they don't even feel that they have done enough pilgrimage. What is there in Kashi? Silly. At least Badari and Kedar you should go. Now even Badari and Kedar also they don't feel like they have done any pilgrimage. They have to go to Mount Kailas and Manas Sarovar. Then we have done pilgrimage. So in the Dvaita context all that is understood. But in a Dvaita context, how can that be? You are looking for the truth outside of you, too far away from you with the mind, you will never get it. And that's why when the Swamis who pursue Advaita promote pilgrimage, it looks a bit odd. A bit odd. People pursue pilgrimage. We are not against pilgrimage. We say Advaita doesn't go along with it. That is the idea. Anyway, that is a digression. Therefore, you are looking for the truth outside of your innermost being. Therefore, you don't get it. So, the mistake is you objectify the truth. That is the mistake. Truth, I have to get it in life. Before I die, I have to get the truth. Now, the truth is obviously an object of your knowing. So, as you objectify the truth, and also there is another issue with it. People seek proof of the truth. You can seek proof of the truth only when the truth is the other. When the truth is your innermost being, there is no way of seeking the proof. At the level of the mind, you cannot provide any proof. And beyond mind, you do not need any proof. Therefore, you objectify the truth, you want the proof of the truth, and you insist on some tests like blood test, etc. The test of the truth. In all that, you miss the truth. Because objectification, test, and proof apply to physical things and also mental things. Mental things means thought processes, ideas, to these things apply. But they don't apply to the very self. Therefore, you have to stop objectifying. You have to stop seeking proofs and tests. And you have to stop searching for the truth farther than you. You have to move within, search within, look within. Then you arrive at the truth. That is the meaning of that expression, bodharūpatayātmanaḥ. I have said a lot about it, but still I felt like saying some more about it. Then that bodharūpataya, so that bodha is timeless, changeless. Changes happen in the mind, which is thought, and body, which is constantly changing, and the world, which ever changes. Whereas that light of awareness, it is changeless. That's why it is called kotastha. And it is timeless. Therefore it is called nityam. It is kotastha nityam. And when you externalize the mind and the body, you are already in your swarupa. In that sense, it is called sakshi, to encourage you to externalize the mind and the body. Why to externalize? Because you identify with the mind and body. Doesn't take you anywhere. As long as you identify with the mind and then the body, so as me, that is the me identification, and then you identify with the physical things and people as a mine. That is the mine identification. First me, then the mine. As long as these identifications are there, you will never be reaching the truth. You remain in ignorance. Therefore, you start with the outer and be done with the outer. So there is no me in the outer, there is no mine in the outer. Then come to yourself. Then now you work on it. You pay attention and work on externalizing the body. So another name for externalizing the body is be the witness of the body. That is one and the same. Only the language is changed. Otherwise they are one and the same. As you witness the body, you are already externalizing it. And gradually your concern for the body should diminish and should go away. There is no concern for the body. Then what will happen to the body? What will happen? Body is ever changing and ever declining, and it will continue the same way. No, we have to take some precaution. Okay, you take the precaution. You don't take the precaution. Mind and body, they work between themselves. It is cold, you apply some cold cream. What a big deal. You need not be identifying with the body for that. To apply some cold cream, should you identify with the body? Not necessary, So you can still apply cold cream even while remaining a witness to the body. So externalize the body, then externalize the mind. This process is called sakshi. Sakshi is in the level of viveka, discrimination. It is called sakshi. But it is not really sakshi. Only when there is sakshya, it is sakshi. In the absence of sakshya, it is not even sakshi. It is what it is. Therefore, sakshi is always kotastha nitya only. It is a status which is provisionally put upon the real. It is kotastha nitya. And the sakshitvam is provisional. And it has a purpose to serve. The purpose is anatma viveka, to discriminate atma from the anatma. Therefore, we talk in terms of sakshi. Do that. That is the sadhana you have to do. Here sadhana is in the form of viveka. Viveka vairagya. That is the sadhana. It is not an effort. And therefore, sakshi is kotastha nitya only. It is not parinama nitya. So, sakshi is not a vritti. Sakshi is the sakshi of vrittis. When the machine is running, you are not running with the machine. You are watching the machine. So, vritti is the movement of mind. And you are the witness to that movement of mind. And therefore, you are not the vritti. You are only pure light of awareness, but now taking the status of witness. with reference to what you are watching. You see, suppose you are watching something. So now you are watchful of something. Okay? Suppose that something vanishes. There is no something. There is no other. Then what will happen to watching? The watchful becomes the watchfulness and resolves. That is the same as the Sakshi. Okay? Therefore, this Sakshitvam is very important. And so this aspect we have seen, bodharūpatayātmanaḥ. It was done in the earlier class, but then again it came up. It's okay. Now, to illuminate oneself, which is same as to realize oneself. I want to realize myself. Like it is like I want to see the pot. I want to see the pot. So you need this light. Now I want to know myself. This is what is called svātmaprakāśane. So that means the myself must be illuminated so that I can know myself. Whatever you want to know has to be illuminated. You want to know pot, therefore pot should be illuminated. You want to know the body should be illuminated. The body is illuminated through sense of touch. Did you ever pay attention to this? What is body? Body is nothing more than an idea in the mind. And how that idea is created? Created by the sense, the stream of sensations, the touch sensations, starting from toes to the head, to the scalp. All these touch sensations, they are a stream. They are constantly there. And they are there as long as you are aware of you are conscious of the body, they are there. When you are not conscious, they are there, but you are not conscious. Okay? Therefore, these sensations are fed into the brain, and there they are integrated to give an idea of the body. Therefore, body is not, you see, you have to understand that what you call a physical thing is as much psychological. So this is idealism. What you call real is indeed an idea inside your mind only. Pot is an idea in the mind. Therefore, pot is not a physical thing as you believe. Pot is a mental thing it is. An idea. Idea means mental thing. What you call the world is in your mind only. No, it is outside. The idea of outside also is in your mind. Space is in the mind. Space is a mental category. What is outside? It is a description of the space only. And space is a mental category. And therefore, the idea outside is also an idea. Therefore, mind tricks us. Mind comes out with an idea called pot and tells you that it is outside. Outside of what? Outside of mind? No. If it is outside of mind, you will not know it. The mind must have enveloped it. It must have been loaded into the mind, what you call arudha. It must have been loaded into the mind, then only mind cognizes it. Without loading into the mind through eyesight, how the mind cognizes it? Therefore, when the mind says pot is outside, it is not outside the mind. It is outside the body. So you take body as the reference point. Why the body has become a reference point? Because you identify with it. This is the problem. Why we measure the sun is, moon is 10,000, moon is a million miles away from earth. Why from earth? Why from earth? Everything from earth. Why? Because we are on earth. Same way, outside means outside the body. Body is the reference point because you are the body. The problem is there with identification with the body. Therefore, so the point I am trying to make is, when you want to know So whatever is outside, what you consider as outside is inside only. Outside the body, that is the outside, but inside the mind. And certainly inside the waking consciousness. Okay? So, when you want to illuminate something, so that you know that something, you have to, suppose you want to know something, you have to illuminate that something. Then only you will know. Like pot. Now I want to know myself. That is the job. Therefore, apply the same rule. Whatever you want to know, that must be illuminated. So now I want to know myself. Therefore, I have to illuminate myself. Should I illuminate myself? You don't need to illuminate. Svātmaprakāśane nānyabodhecchā na dīpasya prakāśane nānyabodhecchā yathā na. That is the illustration. This, you see, you can understand this point well. To illuminate this bulb, you don't need that bulb. Suppose I put off that bulb, still this will be shining. Here, one switch is connected to dozen bulbs, a problem. Whereas in India, one bulb, one switch. And we have a series of switches. Okay? And 6 switches are there. 5 switches I put off. And one bulb, one switch, that bulb is shining. Do I need another bulb to make that shine? No. Dīpasyānyadīpecchā na. Dīpasya means dīpasyaprakāśane. In illuminating a lamp, you do not need another lamp. Ichcha is the requirement. They give an example. This firefly, to illuminate the firefly, you don't need a battery light. It illuminates by itself. Firefly, that light is too tiny light it is, very little. Still, it illuminates itself. You don't need a bigger light. Therefore, that point you should understand. Dīpasya prakāśane nānyabodhecchā na. To illuminate a lamp, another lamp is not required. Okay? And Atma is the inner light. It is the inner light. Shankara gave a beautiful example. Suppose you take a lamp and fix it on the floor and put a pot over that. The pot has 5 holes. A few holes. Now the light inside, which is covered by the pot, will be flowing out through these holes. That is the illustration given. Nāna chidra ghatodara sthita mahādepa prabha bhāsvaram. One single samasa. So there is a pot, inside the pot one light is sitting and that light is shining brilliantly and therefore that light is pouring out of these holes. The body is the pot. And the sense organs and the mind are the holes through which the inner light of Atma is pouring out. And as the light pours out, whatever is outside gets illuminated. Therefore, as that inner light pours out through eyes, all the forms and colors get illuminated. As that inner light pours out through ears, all the sounds are known. Illuminated means known. So, therefore, the Atma is a light, the light of awareness. And it doesn't require another light. Okay? So, therefore, as long as you are looking for another light, you won't get it. Truth is Atma, is not something distant. It is very near, as we have seen. But we do not know how to look for it. So, in fact, as long as you are looking for it, you will not get it. That is the tremendous paradox. As long as you are looking for the truth, you don't get it. But only those who look for the truth get it. Now you understand it? Because truth comes to you. You don't look for it. It comes to you. Like, you don't search for the light. Where is the light? Don't say, you come into this room, go down from the steps and come into this room. The light welcomed you, or you were looking for the light? The light welcomes you. The light comes to you. You don't go to the light. So the light comes to you. Truth comes to you. Truth of yourself comes to you. But you should be open. When you are open. Suppose you close the eyes, then the light won't come to you. So you should be open. And open means you should be completely without a barrier. Suppose you take yourself to be the body, that is a barrier, therefore the light won't come to you. You identify with the mind, that is a barrier, it won't come to you. So you identify with outer things and people, that becomes a barrier. Therefore, when there is no barrier, the light will come to you. Thought itself can be barrier. And you identify with the thought. When you identify with the thought, you know what happens? You take yourself to be the thinker, the knower. Yathā drashteti muhyati. You take yourself to be the thinker, the knower. As long as you take yourself to be the thinker or knower, you become part of that process. The knower-known duality, you become one of the poles of that dipole. You will not know yourself. That becomes a barrier. And even thought, you may not take yourself to be a thinker, all right, but there is a thought process going on a lot. The mind is restless, suppose. That becomes a barrier. Because you are thinking, producing, manufacturing ideas, all of that process of the mind becomes a barrier. When the mind is quiet, then the barrier is gone. The truth will come to you. So, but one more thing, the mind should be quiet naturally. Because when the mind becomes quiet, when it is enforced by Hatha Yoga, you enforce it. Yogaschitta vritti nirodhaḥ. I feel bad to quote it, because while I quoting it, I am putting Patanjali aside. And we have some particular love for Patanjali, Vyakarana, this and that. And so you feel bad, a bit bad, that we have to put him aside. What to do? There you have to put aside, because you force the mind to become quiet. In that quiet mind, which is accomplished by force, there is a tension. And when the mind is tense, though quiet, it becomes a barrier. And also, if I say this, people may not appreciate it. It becomes a bit difficult also. Suppose you make the mind repetitive, it becomes dull. Then it becomes a barrier. Therefore, this repetition as a sadhana, it is followed worldwide. In the world of spirituality, in the world of religion, that is followed as a very important sadhana. But it is hurting people. It is because the mind becomes dull. And the dull mind, that is tamoguna, so becomes a barrier. Rajoguna is a barrier, tamoguna is also a barrier. And only sattvaguna can help. So, then one more thing. When you remain as the thinker, me, the thinker goes after the truth. Like the pot maker goes after making the pot. Similarly, the one who wants to purchase the pot goes after acquiring the pot. So similarly, the thinker goes after the truth. Thinker is me. and the person, the thinker. And he was, earlier he was brahmachari, now he is a student of Vedanta, naishthika brahmachari, then he becomes a sannyasi, but continues to be the person and goes after the truth. And the guru will guide him to go after the truth. Do you see the contradiction in all that? Therefore, you remain as the thinker and go after the truth, and the truth becomes the gain. Whose gain? The gain of the thinker. There is no truth in that process. Therefore, such people who identify with the thought process and establish themselves as the thinker and go after the truth, they are eluded ever by the truth. What a problem in this. The whole world is, the world of spirituality is in real trouble. So you have to understand the reality must come to you. You cannot go to it. Like sunlight. You do not go to sunlight. Sunlight will come to you. So only you have to remove the barriers and keep quiet. And just be ready for the reality to come to you. And mainly mind is the barrier. A confused mind. An ignorant mind. How do you know that the mind is ignorant and confused? Because it is craving. It is craving, demanding, and petitioning. Constantly petitioning the God. In India, this has become a rampant problem. So they study some Sanskrit and study a few scriptures, don't study them deeply, and use whatever little knowledge they acquire to propaganda, for propaganda. So now the religion has taken the shape of propaganda. So somebody specializes in Shakti worship, and that is his specialization. And therefore he starts the propaganda of Shakti worship. And somebody specializes in Ayyappa worship, and he becomes the Guru Swami and specializes in the propaganda of that worship. And somebody else specializes in something else. Like that. Sometimes this specialization is a bit funny also. Sounds very funny from the Vedantic point of view. For example, you don't want to worship Ganapati. You want to worship Ganapati of the village Vatapi. Vatapi Ganapatim bhaje. Why not Ganapati of the universal reality? No, I was born and brought up in Vatapi. Therefore, Vatapi Ganapatim bhaje. And that is considered a very great reciter. And therefore, recently I met one Mahalakshmi, that is his specialization. Mahalakshmi worship is his specialization. Not any Mahalakshmi. There is a Mahalakshmi of a village near Vijayawada. There is a Mahalakshmi temple. And that Mahalakshmi, he specializes. And he says that he has seen that Mahalakshmi. And he has written some prayers about that Mahalakshmi. And somebody told him, these prayers seem to be mistakes in Sanskrit there. They need to be refined a bit, and so he came to me. I have pointed out a few mistakes. This has to be changed. He was nice to me because he wanted a little service from me, and I have done that service. He came for that limited purpose of rectifying the mistakes in whatever little he has written. Already he got it printed, 1,000 copies he already printed. But doesn't matter, he will ditch them and he will make another 1,000 copies. He has resources, not a problem. Devotees are there, money is there, not a problem. Only they have to be corrected. Somebody said, "Arey, mistakes I bhai." So he came to me. I corrected the mistakes and I gave to him. And recently he sent me a thanks note also, because he has printed it again with proper corrections. So he specializes in the worship of that particular Mahalakshmi, of that village. And it is not any Mahalakshmi, the village of that particular village. It is Nambur, suppose Nambur is the village, it is near Vijayawada, Nambur Mahalakshmi. So this has become rampant. And if you come to north, some are devotees of Krishna, Hare Krishna movement is there. Then some are devotees not of Krishna, they are devotees of Radha. They don't allow Krishna to come anywhere near. Only Radha. And they address Radha as Radha. Radha is not an address. You have to address as Radhe. They say Radha, 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 Radha. And so that kind of repetition, Radha, 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 tabla and violin, and it is going at full power. And it goes on like that. And the Mahatma, who is in charge of all this propaganda, he will be sitting quietly and nodding his head, Radha, 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 Radha. And some of these Swamis will be dancing with one violin in their neck, they will be dancing. Radha, 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 Radha. And so that kind of repetition and propaganda, and then desires, petitioning God for desires. So all of this, a part of it or all of it, is a huge barrier to the reality. You will remain in your self-created, mind-created cocoon. You will never come to the truth. Truth can never come to you. It is like the sun is shining, but we sit inside the room by closing the doors and windows. That is how it becomes. So the mind, when stops demanding, stops craving, and stops desiring, and stops asking for this and asking for that, and stops asking for the truth also, that means the mind is fully contented to be silent, without inducements. It becomes silent by itself. Sometimes people demand and petition on behalf of another. This is a tricky thing. The mother asks me, can I pray for my son? Now what answer I can give? I respect the sentiment of the mother, but I cannot validate her mistake. Then I tell Amma, you can pray all right, but the mother, son, etc., they are independent jivas. They came into this world with their own prarabdha, like you, me, like everybody else. They come into their world with their own prarabdha and they live it, and they live that prarabdha and move on. That is how it happens. If you pray, you will get a good prarabdha. How your son get a good prarabdha? It is not like you write a check and give it to your son and he will get the money. You cannot do like that. Therefore, what you do is you pray to give strength of mind to yourself. And once God gives a strength of mind to you, you will be able to help your son also. Therefore, please think on those lines. So give some such careful message that should not cause problem to the person, and do that. Whereas if you go to some of these gurus, they say, yes, come. They catch hold of that person, take money and give some prayer and send. So all that may work in the field of religion, I don't know. But it has all of that becomes a barrier to the truth. So when the mind is quiet, when the thought stops creating, then the timeless and the spaceless, the immeasurable, comes into its own. It is like you take away the veil, the shining light, it spreads by itself. That is how you have to reach the reality of yourself, svātmaprakāśane. nānyabodhecchā nāsti. So the thought should stop creating. Suppose you say God is like this, God is like that. That is the creation of thought. No, not my thought, Guru's thought. Guru's thought has become your thought, No, it is traditional. It's okay. Traditional means it's a frozen thought. A few generations, the same thought sat there without, it is frozen, like a mummified thought it is. And still thought only. Whatever thought creates cannot be the real, because whatever thought creates is time-bound and it remains limited. Therefore, thought creates a God. That God cannot be the real God. Can only be an idea of God, and the idea of God is not the truth of God. So, that's why Vedanta is so difficult. Difficult means you have to, it is a swimming against the current. Therefore, when the thought stops creating, means thought stops creating the Godhead. And so now you don't depend upon thought to tell you the God or the reality of yourself. Then the real starts shining in your own heart. So, you see, you have to svātmaprakāśane, nānyabodhecchā nāsti. Atma, it doesn't require other means of knowing. Aprameya it is. When the mind is quiet, without being compelled, that we have to say it. So in that state, the truth can come into itself. That is how you have to understand. Because what is the mind? Mind is the known. Mind is the memory. Mind is the result of the past. And hence, it cannot contain the unknown, the unknowable. Because mind moves from known to the known. Mind is founded upon the past. Past is dead. How can past have the truth in itself? Therefore, the truth which is immeasurable, immeasurable means aprameya. Pramana is measurement. The truth which is immeasurable. And Shruti says many times, Shri Krishna also says, but still people hold on to this pramana. This is coming from Purva Mimamsa. This problem comes from Purva Mimamsa. For them, pramana is everything, because they are believers. And so they gave a name to the belief called pramana. It is something like, I believe in Baba. Why do you believe in Baba? Because Guru Charitam is the pramana. There is a book on Baba, that is the pramana. Now what is the difference between belief and pramana? There is no difference. Pramana is the belief, belief is the pramana. Okay, this man is a recent person and he is not a very scholarly person, therefore he believes in Baba and he says Guru Charitam is my pramana. Whereas he is a very great scholar and he believes in what Veda says, and for him Veda is the pramana. Therefore, it's only one is more ancient than the other. This is very recent, that is very ancient. Other than that, the process of belief is same. And Mimamsakas, who are believers, so they started using the language of pramana. Instead of saying, we believe in it, they say, we have the pramana. Now, which sounds nice? We believe in it sounds ignorant. We have the pramana to say that this karma will take you to heaven. That sounds scholarly. So Mimamsakas are like that. They sound very scholarly. You know what is the argument they give? I was surprised by that argument. So this karma takes you to heaven. Is there a proof for that? Suppose you ask that. You know what they say? That is not the way to look at it. It is a pramana. The scripture is the pramana and it tells. That is the proof. And then there is no virodha. Is there any proof that by doing this karma you will not go to heaven? There is no proof for the opposite. And there is pramana for this statement. How scholarly it is put. But it all boils down to belief. And this Purva Mimamsaka thinking, it is a mode of thinking. Not finding fault with a given person. This mode of thinking, which is put in place by Jaimini, Swami and Kumarala Bhatta and through generations, tradition, it is a mummified thought. If you don't like mummified thought, you put frozen thought. That is more parliamentary word. So, this frozen thought, so the thought process, the frozen thought process, so which has hijacked the word pramana to just justify a belief system. So this is adopted by the Vedanta people. Very sad state of affairs. And therefore, so now the Atma is like heaven, the other, and you need a means to go to heaven. And you need pramana, this and that. Therefore, so the mind is the, how can mind be the pramana? Mind which is founded on the past cannot know the timeless, the immeasurable. The mind is the thought process. Okay? And the thought process certainly comes to an end. It begins and ends. And therefore, mind cannot fathom the unknowable, the immeasurable, the eternal. And as long as the mind intervenes, the real will not reveal itself. It remains covered up. Therefore, you cannot go to the truth. You should be humble to understand that as the person, you cannot go to the truth. You cannot go to the unknown because the truth is the unknown. Truth is the unknown. It must come to you. Always take the example of the sun. You cannot go to the sun. Sun has to come to you. But you have to keep the window open, and if the window pane is muddy, you have to clean it and keep it. And stand at the window. It will come to you. You cannot invite it, nor you can go to it. That is all being said by that statement. Dīpasyānyadīpecchā yathā svātmaprakāśane. But the truth must come to you. The unknown, the truth must come to you. But it cannot come if your mind is burdened, if your mind is heavy, like a pramana, aprameya, guru, shishya, tradition, all that burden you keep in your mind, the truth cannot come to you. The mind becomes very heavy. Nahi nahi rakshati dukrai karana. All that syllabus maya is in you, and you are burdened with all that scholarship, etc. That burden that prevents the truth. It doesn't allow the truth to come. When truth comes, the scholarship will question the truth. Hey, who are you? Get out, like that. You cannot teach intellectuals. They are the very tough nuts to crack. Whereas stray people, you can easily teach. Teaching Vedanta in Phoenix is 10 times easier than teaching Vedanta in Rishikesh. You must be a daredevil to teach Vedanta. That was what I was doing. And there are WhatsApp groups just created to oppose this Swami. I don't respond to it, but some Swamis are doing only that job. This Swami said this, it is not possible. This goes against the tradition, this and that. All that because I have started teaching in Rishikesh. It is difficult to teach there. Impossible. How can you teach in sitting in Rishikesh? How can you teach Apaha? Not a particular Ganga, it is Apaha, which is the manifest form of God, not necessarily Ganga alone. It is Apaha, which is you cannot say that. Because all these Ganga Harati people will beat you to pulp. Whereas in Phoenix you can teach Vedanta. Because they have an open mind, they have some value for it. And they give you some bhiksha to go and teach some Vedanta. They love you, you love them. It is all wonderful. Who is interested will join, not interested they keep away. But in Rishikesh you cannot do that. Somebody will give a notice to me. Hey, what are you teaching? They give notice like that. Then I say, you join. Who asked you to join? I have to say. Then it becomes a kind of a rivalry or a fight. This and that. Very tough. And therefore you have to become a fighter. The teacher has to become a fighter. You know, some of the Swamis have bodyguards. Do you know that? Some Akhada Swamis have bodyguards. Recently one Akhada Swami told, what are you thinking? If anything happens against our dharma, there are 15 lakh sannyasis ready to give their life under my command. He sounded like an army general. He did not sound like a Swami. I was surprised. What is this aggression? So what is this dualism? Our people, not our people, friends, foes. So very dangerous. Therefore, the truth cannot come to you if your mind is burdened, heavy, forced. You are forced by yourself only. You chant 10,000 mantra daily and report to me once you finish the 10,000 every day. You come in the evening and put a mark. Like that, the Guru Maharaj will have 20 Shishyas, their roster is there. And in the evening, every one of them should report in the temple and he will put mark. And if you abstain, then he will wait for another such a mistake on your part. And then he will wait 3-4 days and then he will give a notice. You are abstaining from the roster every day. You are not reporting to me after doing this much japa, etc. This way you cannot continue in this ashram. They will give a notice like that. Therefore, you are afraid of that notice, therefore you force yourself to do all that. When you are forced by yourself or by the others, the truth cannot come to you. And when you are ruthless, whosoever doesn't follow you will be dismissed. And hard, you are hardened, you don't have that love and that softness, the truth cannot come to you. Because hard means opposite of love. The truth cannot come without love. Therefore, I discussed about the truth. A pure heart alone can find the reality. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they come to know God. Therefore, the pure heart, hardened heart doesn't come to know the reality. Pramana, this kind of hardened heart will not come to know the truth. We have the pramana in the world, nobody else has. Kya baat hai? It is all very, very misunderstood state of Vedanta. So, a pure heart alone can find the reality. Not a controlled heart. Either you control the heart yourself or somebody else controls. A controlled heart, a suppressed heart cannot know the truth. A distorted heart cannot know the truth. So you just go on doing some tamasha in the name of God, that is a distorted. I don't want to give the example. So cannot know the truth. So a heart which knows love comes to know the truth. Therefore, one has to pay attention to all of that. That verse is the second line. I am stuck with the second line. And I will finish it and move forward. Okay? So let me answer one question at least. You see, this question is pending before me for some time now. Sat is everywhere. Good. Limitless. Good. It is realized. Sat. Ananta. Good. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. But Chit is only available for living beings. So how to realize Chit? Realize Chit in living beings only. Kya baat hai bhai? You realize the Sat in all and you realize the Chit as Brahman in living beings. It is reserved for living beings. And you realize Ananda as Brahman in happy people. That is how it is. That's why Ananda, you don't find it everywhere. Anando Brahma, true, but not everywhere. Chaitanyam Brahma, true, but better than Anando Brahma. You find among all life forms. Sat Brahma, you find it everywhere. That's why Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Therefore, Chit is only available for living being, no problem. So why Chit is a Lakshana? You are looking at a living being and see the Chit and understand Brahma, that is Chit is a Lakshana. You are living a physical thing and realize the Sat, and that becomes a Lakshana for Brahma. You see a happy person and Ananda, that is the Lakshana for Brahma. So not a problem. You want Chit also to be everywhere like Sat, not necessary. You got some block in your thinking, not necessary. Wherever you find Sat, that is Brahman. Wherever you find Chit, that is Brahman. And wherever you find happiness, that is Brahman. Okay? And it may not be very widespread, but still it is a Lakshana. Lakshana means a pointer to Brahman. That is the question. Om Purna.